So YouTube, you want to know the worst part about fucking doing videos in general is going out to do a video, thinking you got all these fire shots and you got all this fire ass content just to come home and realize that you can't use none of that content or footage for whatever reasons that, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I already filmed this video when I was at Birch House shooting Smooth's music video. Did all these shots, did all these talking parts, you know what I'm saying? I was talking pretty well too. I was proud of myself, you feel me? But anyway, I did all that. I shot it in S-Log because I was having fun with S-Log, you know what I'm saying? I thought I came to the point where I was like, you know what? I can do this S-Log shit. I know how to grade it. I know how to shoot with it, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm gonna have this constant battle with S-Log my entire videography career. But anyway, I shot everything at S-Log and I got it back home and I'm trying to grade it and it's just like falling apart and it's just unusable and I can't use it. So here we are filming it again in Cine 4. Anyway, one of these days I am going to conquer S-Log. For a few videos I've been using S-Log and I've been doing great with it, like it's been really good, but like just for whatever reason this time it's like falling apart. But every other video that I've used S-Log for in like the last week, it's been looking really good because I shot a few music videos using S-Log and they look super good and I'm like, damn, I see why people use S-Log. It's, you know what I'm saying, this. But anyway, let's just get into it again for the sake of the video. Today we're gonna be talking about finding your personal style within photography and videography for that matter, because I feel like I am going to be on a constant search for years to come to find my style in videography. I already know the style that I like and I do it and I like it, but I still feel like there's a lot of things I need to learn and a lot of things that I need to perfect for myself to be like, this is my style and this is like what I like. And cause you know what I'm saying, I'm still trying a bunch of different stuff because I haven't tried everything, you know what I'm saying? But in photography, I've been doing photography for a couple years now and I would like to think that I'm at the point where I can tell somebody a few tips on how to figure out their personal style, because it took me a minute to find my personal style, probably like 2-3 years, because when I first started doing photography, I'm like, what the hell is a personal style? Like, don't you just go out, you take pictures and you post them? But as I started growing as a photographer and growing as an artist, I started to see that there's certain things that other people do and there's certain things that like I do to make things personally unique to me within my photos, whether that's the type of angle you take your photo at. If you take portraits, like the f-stop you might take a portrait at, if you like really shallow depth of field portraits, or if you like f16 portraits where everything is in focus, or just if you like 50 millimeter, 85 millimeter, like super cropped in portraits, or like me, I do like environmental portraits, so I use wide angle lenses, 24s, 35s. I even take a portrait at 16 depending on what's in the background, like if it's a cityscape and shit like that. But that ties into somebody's personal style. So when I first started out photography, I didn't know how to find my personal style. So I just want to help everybody who's struggling with finding a style in photography. If you're just starting out, or if you've been doing it for a while and you still have yet to find what you love and just like something that sticks with you and just resonates with you and that's specific and personal to you. So yeah, so first of all, when somebody sees your photo, they should know that it's your photo before even seeing the name up under the photo or the name that's attached to the photo. If I'm on the timeline, not the timeline, what is it, the explore page, if I'm on the explore page and another like feature page posts a photo of somebody that I follow, almost like 8 times, maybe 9 times out of 10, I already know whose photo that is just from looking at the photo on the explore page. Like, and I feel like you have to work towards building that type of vision within your photography. Like when I post a picture, or if my picture's posted somewhere else, a lot of people, they tag me in that picture, especially if the person didn't tag me in it, or they send it to me in a DM or whatever and be like, is this your photo? And I'll be like, yeah. And they'd be like, I knew it was your photo because blah, 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 blah. Even if they've never seen the photo on my page or anything before. You wanna get to a point where your style is unmatched and nobody can replicate it like how you can, but people wanna replicate it. All right, so tip number 1 with finding your personal style. The first thing you wanna do is, and this might not seem like a big deal to a lot of people because a lot of people can probably work with a lot of different things, but for me it was a big deal, and that's like finding the camera that fits you. All these cameras, they have like different things to make them personally unique to the brand itself. So when I first started off photography, I immediately got a Canon because when I was online doing my research, I was looking at photographers who shot with Canon, Sonys, Nikons. I was looking at everything because making my first purchase on the camera, I want to make sure that it's the camera that's right for me. So I like the colors that the Canon gave off. I love like the lenses and just everything that came with a Canon camera. I did like a super long research, did all my homework on it because I had to make sure that it was right for me. me. I didn't like Nikon because I felt like it was too much. I felt like it was too technical of a camera. Sony, I just wasn't really into Sony at the time. I didn't think that Sonys were just like, you know, I more so thought of Sony as like PlayStation, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really know about the camera side of Sony, but I'm filming on Sony now, so you see how things come full circle. But anyway, choosing the camera was really big to me because it was gonna play a big role into like how my photos came out. When I'm on the internet, I can automatically tell if a photo was taken with a Sony camera or whatever, like a Canon camera for sure, because those Canon colors are just like unmatched. You can't, like, you clearly, you know a Canon photo when you see a Canon photo. And all these cameras, they're good for different things. Like Sony's, they're really good for dynamic range, which is why a lot of people use them for video, including myself. I think Sony's are really, really good for video. I'd rather use a Sony for video and a Canon for photos because I don't know what it is, but that's just how I am and how I perceive things. So finding a camera that fits you is the first thing you should do when trying to figure out your personal style. If you can test a few cameras out, or if your friend has a Sony, ask to shoot with it for a day, or if they have a different type of camera, ask to shoot with it for a day. I'm still trying to find my way around this thing, and like anyway, I'm trying to find my way around this Leica camera because it is different. It's super different. Like the image that comes out of this camera is just so different from any camera that I've ever used in my life. They're like super contrasty. Even if I lower the contrast down in the menu and all that other stuff, it just still comes out. It's super, I don't know, it's just super different, and I'm not used to it. So I'm practicing with this camera a lot. I take this camera out every day just to try to get used to it because I've been shooting with Canon for so long that I don't even know. Like, I've even tried to take photos with my Sony camera and I just don't like it. Like, it's really just not a fun experience for me. Maybe that could be because I'm just super used and I've always used the Canon camera. So I just don't even want to accept another camera. But for me, Canon is the way to go. Anyway, we're getting off topic. Finding a camera is the first thing you should do with trying to find your personal style. Second thing within finding your personal style is trying to figure out what you like to shoot. Do you like to shoot portraits? Do you like to shoot landscapes? Do you like to shoot shoes? Whatever it is, just try to figure something out. Just whatever you like the most or whatever you like shooting the most, try to figure it out and then I don't really want to try to consider myself a portrait photographer because I hate putting myself in a box and saying that I'm one certain type of photographer when I like to shoot everything. But I do like shooting portraits more than I like shooting anything else. And I would probably say that a lot of people see me as a portrait photographer, so that's fair. But a lot of nature photographers, I feel like nature photography is so hard because everybody's doing it. Even I go out and do nature photography sometimes when I'm in the places that I can do nature photography in. And to stand out within doing something that's so like saturated is super dope. So when you find out what you love to shoot, try to do it in a way that nobody else is doing it, because that's what's going to make you stand out. When I take portraits, I like to take portraits at kind of a low angle. I find different angles. I find different ways to shoot portraits rather than just straight on, or just stand here and I'm gonna shoot straight on, or just stand here, I'm gonna shoot to the side. Like, I try to do different things. I try to incorporate different things. Don't just take, sometimes it's not just about the person, it's about the person and maybe a thing the person loves, like their car or money, just whatever it is. So like, I try to incorporate things within my photos, or I try to make it, you know what I'm saying? If they're doing something, then I try to capture that emotion or just them physically doing something. So when you're trying to find your personal style, you need to make it so that it's unique to you, and that, I mean, not necessarily that nobody else is doing it, because nothing in this world is original, but it's up to you to make it original to yourself. So when you're trying to figure out what your personal style is, you need to, you know what I'm saying? You have your photographers that you study, that you love, and you love their work, but try not to copy their work to a T or try to manipulate what they did. Just go out shooting, and eventually, I promise you, you'll find something that fits you. And then once you find what you like, you'll keep doing it and you'll get better at doing that. So like, just try to find different angles, different vantage points than the last person. If you've seen a nature photo that was shot at a certain angle, try to look around. When you go to the spot, look around, find a different angle, incorporate a person, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like this goes hand in hand with photography and videography in general, not just when you're trying to find your personal style, but all these things within finding your personal style leads you to be a better photographer and videographer, in my opinion. So the last thing I would say within finding your personal style is to just practice. Just practicing every single day. Sometimes I go outside and I just walk around with my camera filming just random shit. I'll film Buddy, I'll film grass, trees, just literally whatever I can film just so I can practice on something. Because if you're gonna be great at anything, you have to wanna put the time in, you have to wanna grind and make yourself better, because it doesn't just happen overnight. You can't just pick up a camera. Maybe some people can, but you can't just pick up a camera and, you know what I'm saying, be the best. So you got to put the work in, you got to practice, you got to do your homework. I'm constantly down here watching videos, reading books, reading shit online on how to do certain stuff, going out to practice. It's not just watching these videos. I can tell you how to do these things all day, but it's up to you to go out and actually practice. Take your friends, take your dog, take your cat, just do whatever you do. And another thing is, when you're out here practicing and shit, don't be out here, because I know I'm giving you guys tips and, you know what I'm saying, think how to do these things, but just take these tips as like a helping point. Don't, you know what I'm saying, don't use it as like your main, like you have to follow every single thing that I'm saying. Just use it and just think about it. Sometimes you don't even have to follow these rules to a T. And I feel like that goes across the entire board of YouTube. A lot of these people teach you and tell you how to do certain things. Do those things, but also do it in a way that makes you happy. And you know what I'm saying? If you like the way something looks, like a lot of people tell you, don't overexpose, don't underexpose, don't do this, don't do that. Yeah, but if you like the way a photo looked overexposed, who cares? You know what I'm saying? It's what you like at the end of the day. And that also goes hand in hand with finding a personal style. A lot of people tell me that I overexpose my photos. I could care less, because first of all, I like it. Second of all, just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not likable, and doesn't mean it's not right. So just because somebody's out here telling you and preaching certain things doesn't always mean that you need to follow them 100% to a T. So just keep that in mind, because at the end of the day, it's a personal style. And a lot of these photographers that you look up to, or that other people look up to, they do things within their photography or videos that's not always by the book. I don't think photography is one of those things that should be by the book. I think there's certain things to get you started and that's it. But it's up to you to be out here, because no photographer that's famous or that has recognition or that's known does every single thing by the book. They're unique within their photography, which is why people like them. So like, if people are telling you to do things a certain type of way, take it into consideration, but at the end of the day, do what you want to do and stand out and be different, because that's what's gonna make you, you know what I'm saying, different than the 600 million other photographers in the world. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys took away some great tips. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, smash smash the like button. And if you're new to the channel and you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It's truly appreciated. And if you are subscribed, ring the bell so you get notified every single time I drop a video. I am about to go outside and do something, because this is a beautiful day. Once again, yesterday it was 70 degrees, man. God damn it. I am outside with it. But anyway, hope you guys have a good day, and let's go do some shit.